How's it going today, guys? So we're down here in the bowels of the tunnels, and we have kind of a different video today, as Greg has done one final release for 2021. This is update 6.14.23, and most of what's in it is Thumbcraft related, so there was no testing beforehand. So we're just going to kind of go over what Greg has done, and we have another update for the pack that I need to go over before I release the new pack. And for anybody that's watching this normally, it'll be coming out a day late. Blame the holidays if you want, but honestly, just has to do with the fact that my sleep schedule has been all buggered again, and I ain't been able to sleep. But the first thing, and probably the most important thing, is to make sure that your log4j version is at 216 or greater, not 215, and alternatively make sure the version ends on the word fixed. If you look inside your Minecraft libraries, org, Apache, logging, log4j, log4j core directory, you'll see the version. If you're using multi-MC or most every launcher that I know of, but I know from personal and from what Greg has said here that multi-MC has fixed it. Now, I do know that I looked into my log file in my .minecraft file, and I don't see the libraries for the pack, so I'm quite unsure if it is externally in multi-MC. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so the libraries are actually for multi-MC in the multi-MC folder. Let's see. So this says org. I'm trying to go through them here. Org, Apache, logging, L4J, core, and it has all the way up to 216. And if I go into the 216, it's got log4j core 216.0. It does not say fixed on it, but it is in there. So you might want to make sure that that's in there. Something about a bug they found where people can, if you're not on a server, I don't think it can affect you, but it's something to do with people being able to type something in chat and do bad things, you know. But if you're in single player, I don't think it really matters too awful much. But the next thing is something that I asked Greg for, which is for the pump here. You guys have been watching. I've got a possible detector on the back side here that tells my engine when to turn on. And if I grab this and put it there, it will detect it, pump it up, and then turn it off. Now, what this change has actually done is that when the internal of the pump is full, if it can't output to a pipe, it will also turn it off. So I'm going to grab some of this lava here, and we're going to see. I don't actually know what the internal of the pump is, but apparently it's one bucket. Because as you can see, it's now not doing anything, where before it would still consume, the engine would still be running, because it seen that it was possible to, that there was lava there that it could pick up, or, you know, whatever fluid. But you can see now it's not running, where if we give it an output, now it'll turn on and it'll start pumping again. So that just makes the possible activity detector a little bit better for the pumps. Alright, so like I said, a lot of the changes he did was for Thaumcraft. I'm not sure that all of them have gotten into the changelog or not. I do know there was a lot of work he had done on it, but some of it might have been changing similar things a few times. But in the changelog, it says Thaumcraft's arcane workbench will now no longer accept GT6 shapeless recipes that turn things like nuggets into ingots or billets and vice versa. Recipes that take exactly 1 or 9 items will still work though. I'm kind of confused on what's going on with this lava, because I can't grab most of that. Just trying to get this cleaned out a bit, because I've got lava up above that I'm trying to get down here, and I want to fill in this hole here. Guess that's good enough there. I just don't want my lava going everywhere. I want it to get right over there, and that's the only place I want it. Okay, so next, we're going to skip one for a minute here. Next is that there was an issue with GT6 saplings being placed by golems. So again, if you have Thaumcraft, you should be able to use golems for your saplings now. That has been fixed. I'm not real sure what this next one is about. There's nothing in here that says what mod it is or what blocks they are, but apparently there's some blocks that were not calling the proper function, and GregTech tools were not working properly with them. Basically, it says tools sometimes did not break after harvesting specific shitty blocks that are based on vanilla leaves and don't fire the harvest event. So whatever blocks they were have apparently been fixed, and they will now throw that in. They will now work with Greg's tools properly. And apparently I'm not going to be able to do what I was wanting to do here, so I'm going to have to move the pump. We're going to skip another one real quick. We're going to have to go into a new world to check this one out. But now these pipes here, we can now weld them. So they're not exclusive to a welder anymore, or extruder anymore. So you can do them with tools, as always. You can extrude them as normal, but now you can put a curved plate and a selector tag in, and you can weld them as well. It's something I thought was a good idea, seeing as how we had a welder, and technically that's one way of making pipes. And Greg agreed with it, and so we can now do it. And I think it's a great thing. We don't have to use the extruder exclusively. We can now just make curved plates and toss them in the welder if we want. Nice way of automating it up a bit. And alright, so the next thing is about firestones, which you can see are in my NEI here, because I've never really messed with firestones. Apparently they are somewhat difficult to find. From what I've been told, they're primarily found, well, they're only really found unless you somehow do it, change it, that I don't know about. They're found in the nether, under lava, and quite rarely. And apparently Greg has, well, you have your own firestone from GregTech. So you have the ore here. This is the Railcraft version. But if you take and get the GregTech version, which I'm sure is probably just breaking this ore, we can actually try this here. Like I said, I've never found it, so let's just try one out here. This is the GregTech one, which you can hear that fire sound. Yeah, it spawns fire all around you, as the ore itself, including apparently catching your butt on fire. And then if we, oh, wait a minute, let me see. This will give me, oh, it doesn't give me the raw version. Okay, so apparently I have to put it in the crusher, but you'll see how it spawns fire all over the place. That's what it's supposed to do. And then if you get the raw firestone, it's supposed to do the same thing. Put out this here, and you'll see we're still getting it like everywhere. But there's also a GregTech version of it, which I don't see here in NEI. I want to see if Greg's, it's supposed to be any firestone that isn't refined yet, but it looks like the purified isn't doing it. Grab a raw one, see if this does it. So I'm guessing it's only this version that actually does it. I hit the right button here. What the heck? I don't even know what that is. If we look at the crush though, So if you put it into the crusher, you can sift it, which will give you the Railcraft version of Firestone. And then there's also flawed and chipped and dust. So I'm guessing that's why there is no GregTech version of it. Alright, now I hear fire. Where is that at? Because I really want to know if that's coming from this. And I don't see any fire. And I would think that if it's supposed to do it for any Firestone, that the purified, the crushed, and the raw should do it as well. But I'm not seeing where it's doing it. Now, there are chipped and raw gems as well. So let's see if they do it. Because what it says here is GT6 Firestone items are now burning your surroundings just like Railcraft Firestone does. Maybe a slight bit less bad, but still dangerous as hell. Okay, so it is spawning fire, just not as ridiculously bad as what the Railcraft one is. Now, do I actually have to hold it in my hand? And it's definitely not as violent as Railcraft. If it's working, you can barely tell it's working. But that's what that change was. And then for anybody that doesn't know, you can make the refined Firestone. And you can also use now hot coolant to fill it. So that'll inject the heat into the Firestone and give you the cold coolant out. You can also use the injector for lava and it'll give you Pahoho back, filling up the refined Firestone. And then apparently you can use the filled version of the refined Firestone as a flint and tinder, basically. But it'll break if it has 0 durability. You have to put the actual lava into it, and then it uses the lava or hot coolant, as we just discussed. Which is the other thing here, which is Firestones can now be recharged using the injector. Works with lava and also with hot coolant. So nuclear Firestones are definitely an option now. If you have 20,000 lapis sodalite lazurite, that is. Because as you've seen, that recipe for filling it takes a lot of coolant to completely fill it. But it takes 5 million lava, it takes 20 million coolant, so it still takes a bunch to fill the thing up. But that's the Firestone changes that he did. And I do believe that is it, other than the new change for ore stuff, which we're going to check out in a minute. But I wanted to point something out here. There is a new version in the pack for cooking with blockheads. I'm not going to have it as the default. We're still going to use the Bear's Den version for right now. I've been talking to Mitch about it because I updated to his new version and all my food is gone. all the blocks are still here. The issue with this is fixed. The sink still has water, but I have no recipes because I have no food anymore. Also, my tool rack is completely empty, so I have to go and remake all of my tools and collect new food. So it is in the pack, but it is disabled. As of right now, we'll be using the special version that he made for our pack until he gets this fixed. Basically, it's the version that he's making has the same mod ID as the original Cooking for Blockheads, and it should seamlessly transfer over once he gets everything worked out, where you can put it into any world that has Cooking for Blockheads and you won't lose anything block wise. And hopefully it'll take care of the issue I had here. I unfortunately was a numbskull and didn't back up before I tried it, thinking that I had, the regular backups that you see every now and then. And well, that backup was before I recorded the last video, and I don't want to redo everything I did in the last video, so I'm just dealing with the loss of food and tools, and I will remake them. Alright, so give me a second. I'm going to create a new world, and we're going to go check out this new world gen change. So, one moment. Alright, so here we are in a new world, and we need to go and see if we can find a bedrock vein, because the change is that bedrock veins now generate actual veins of their ore above them. Which go up to the water level of the dimension they are in. This should make bedrock ores slightly easier to find in the nether. But I want to check it out here in the overworld and see how it looks in the overworld. So we just need to go and look for some GT flowers out here, and we'll see what kind of bedrock stuff we can find. Now, if you're like me and you don't like to know this kind of stuff, you might want to mute me for just a second. I'll punch a pig to let you know when I'm done. But I did find out from Greg the other day that apparently the bedrock veins are on a kind of like a grid now. This is a more recent change. And so if you find one, you can kind of go in a straight line from it and find other ones. This is information I didn't want to know, but, well, Greg tells me information I don't want to know all the time. But, alright, so there's your spoiler. I'll punch the pig. So now if you were muted for that part, you didn't hear nothing you didn't want to know. Let's go see if we can find some GT flowers around here. Just basically gonna run around Now, there's always a chance that I could find one in by picking up rocks, but I'm hopefully not going to have to do that. Hopefully I can find a rock. Or find a flower. They're usually not too difficult. The only thing is that some of the veins have flowers that can only grow on sand, and other ones have flowers that only grow on dirt. Or you could find an area like that. Oh, there's one right there. Alright, so this is a GregTech flower. This is Alpine Catchfly, which is copper. So therefore, there should be copper down here. Let me get myself a pickaxe here. We'll just get a steel pickaxe head. Find the tools here. Oh, there they are. Let's use one of these new meteoric red steel pickaxe heads. I haven't got to try one of these yet. And we'll get a stick. Because if I'm cheating, might as well go all the way and cheat myself in a handle too. Alright, so let's see if we find copper before we get to bedrock. Now that flower is right here. Now, in the old way of doing it, the flowers kind of spawned. I think Greg explained it that it was like it was an explosion. That's how the flowers came out. But I don't know if he's changed it at all with this one. So we're going to kind of... The way he explained it was if a bedrock ore vein spawns... that's a small malachite, but that could be anything. What did I just grab? Crushed tin. Oh, what are... Oh, I'm in a hills biome. So say, what in the heck are you guys doing here? Which apparently I can't hit. Little freaks at all. I hate silverfish. They're freaking annoying. Alright, let's see. Oh, there's Tetra, but we are in... There's a small copper. And there's copper. We are in limestone, so not unusual that there would be a Tetra vein here. Not completely outside of the realm of possibility. That is quartzite. There's a quartz vein here. And there is bauxite and a mine shaft. Look around here. That's just another small malachite. Let's see, where is our marker? Must be over this way. Keep going down here. It's supposed to go all the way up to sea level. We're down to Y35. I really find a... Yep, I sure as hell did. I'm not going in there. I already got my butt kicked by a silverfish and almost dead. Okay, hi zombie. Forgot I have my... Forgot I have my monster sounds turned off because I was recording. Let's turn that back on so I can actually hear what's going on. And then I won't get smacked in the ass by a zombie. Alright, let's go back over to here. Go down here and punch this zombie to death. Get my pickaxe back. I'm gonna go all the way down to the bedrock and see. Alright, I don't know where he's at the moment, but I got my stuff back. Let's go this way. We're gonna go down and see if we can find the bedrock, and then we'll look from there and see what we can figure out. Alright, so the... Hey, get out of here. I'm busy. So the waypoint is... Where is the yellow one? Looks like it's pretty much above me. Okay, it's straight this way. Let's go down this way. There it is. We'll go over to this side a little bit. Great, more stone. Probably gonna run into more nasty silverfish somewhere. Well, at least we got a cave we can kind of look around in. Hey. Yeah, thank you. Hey, look, lava. How about you guys go away for the moment? Alright, so if this is lava, that means we are at bedrock. So let's see if we can find this actual bedrock vein, which should be over this direction. And if I can find the heart of the vein, then we can dig up from there. Now, the picture I seen from Greg's website showed what looked like regular stone. Not netherrack. So this should be something that works in the overworld, not just in the nether and other dimensions. So we're gonna hopefully be able to find this. Okay, we're only at 12, but we can find the bedrock, which honestly I should have went to the center of the flowers. That's where I normally go down and look. But I was hoping, since it was supposed to spread out, that it would spread out at least as far as the flowers did. All the way down here to bedrock real quick. It's 8. Alright, so there's level 5. That's the top of the bedrock area. And I know the flower I found is right over here somewhere. Yay! I got a diamond. I was just going to say, there's going to be lava there. There is railcraft sulfur there. Alright, let's go over this way. See if we can bypass that lava just a little bit. Apparently that would be a no. Yeah. Greg, if you put lava right in my bedrock vein, I'm not going to be happy. Other than the regular vein here, I'm not seeing what we're supposed to be seeing. We can go in the let me look at that picture again. Yeah, that's definitely regular stone. And Greg's regular stone layers in that picture. Maybe it doesn't count for the overworld? I guess it's completely possible. But it definitely should. And other than that copper up at the top, which was in the proper stone layer, where in this picture it's across all the stone layers. I'm kind of confused here. I'm just going to kind of do a little dig around this area and see what I can find here. We'll figure out if this fix is right or not. There's dirt everywhere. Get out of my face. And more lava. Yay. Yeah, we're not going that way any further. That's where all that lava is. Alright, well, I don't see it down here. Somebody with World Editor or whatever can strip away the world and check it out, but I don't see it here. Let me go back up to the waypoint. It'd be easier to teleport up here. So the flowers go here. You know what? Let's just gotta make sure I turn that back off. I actually like it in the newer versions where you can set your world and lock it, as I have done testing once before. I went back into my world and was like, there are no zombies or skeletons or creepers, and realized that it had reset back to peaceful when I had done it in testing once before. Was not quite happy about that. Alright, so now I'm more in the center of where that bedrock was, or where the flowers were. And we're now down to 62. So this is below the water level. We're now back into that tetra vein. This is our melon colored copper. I still hate. Okay, so we were over there, now we're over here. So we're not too far off of where we were looking. There's that new bone ore that Greg added. If anybody had not seen it before, there it is. And if we break it, we get crushed bone ore. And then the crushed bone ore, you can wash it, get more bone ore. Figured you get some calcium or something out of it. And then you shred it down and you get bone meal. You can also sift it and get bone meal, bones, and skeleton skulls. Alright, so let's come back over here. Came down here. Go down this way. We can't get away from this mine shaft here, apparently. And yes, my inventory is full, Greg. Shut up. It's your fault. I can't find your bedrock vein. This is supposed to make it easier to find. I don't see where this is easier. This is my normal how to find bedrock vein. Find the flowers, dig down. Alright, so it looks like I was definitely in the... Well, no, this isn't where I was. And there's Chaco here. Quite a little bit of it. More than what would be considered normal. We're at 16. And yeah, it looks like there is lava right in the middle of this bedrock vein. So Greg says that it's supposed to be the water level. I'm thinking in the overworld it's the lava level. Because if you notice, we're at 16 right here. And this is where we're seeing it, which would be the lava level in the nether. So he may not have gotten it quite right in the overworld. I'll point this out to him and see what he has to say. Because it definitely does not go all the way up to water. Highest I can see is, what, 18? Is where I found that one. Wasn't there one right above my head? Yeah, there's one right there. Plenty of gravel in the way. So I think it's only going to 16, or 18, sorry, in the overworld. It is larger than it used to be. It used to only be below lava level. Now it's at least getting up to 18, but not quite to the water level. Oh, there's one there. Can't guarantee that's the... Oh, maybe it's just randomly out there. Problem is, this being a copper vein, it's going to give Chaco, and well, Chaco can be found at just about any level, and they're only smalls, which does match up with what it shows in the picture, because from the picture I can see, all I can really see is smalls, and they are kind of sporadic, so maybe it goes up higher, but I don't know where you would really determine that this is a bedrock vein, because they're not that common. And with it being, you know, something that normally normally spawns smalls, you really can't say, oh well, this is because of a bedrock vein being here, or this is because of normal spawning. So it may go up to the water level, but if it does, I wouldn't really say I could notice a difference in it. And with there being bauxite right here, we're not going to find any in the bauxite, because bauxite can't spawn other ores in it. And we're not going up there because that's where that dungeon is. Even though it's turned off, ain't really going to do me any good. But, yeah, we mined all the way down here. We didn't find it till we got here. So, that's a change. Hopefully it makes it a little bit easier to find them in the nether. It does, I will say, if you get down to 18, it definitely helps here. You don't have to go all the way down to the bottom, but I'd still say the flowers are the easiest way to find it, at least in the overworld. In the nether, you really don't have the flowers, so, you know, maybe it'll be a little bit easier there to find them. But that's going to be it for today. Hope you guys enjoy. Sorry we missed the live stream that was supposed to be on Sunday. Weather change, sleep pattern change. I'm going to try to get it done in the next few days. If not, we'll do it the first of the year, because I have got to get the igniters and stuff done. And y'all have a good one. And if you haven't heard it before now, Merry Christmas. And if you don't hear it before then, Happy New Year.